Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
The road, just left a job. Thought I would hop on live right quick. How is it going? Welcome, welcome. To those of you who may not know, your girl is the Notary Educator Extraordinaire. I teach notaries in all 50 states how to properly notarize like a pro. We do everything around here like a pro. And as you know, I say, you ain't got no business doing business if you don't know what you're doing. So I thought I would hop on and answer a few questions while I am here. Hey, welcome. Welcome. I had to stop. I had a job to do today. I'll tell you a little bit about that. Nothing special, actually. Other than when I got there, the job wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Hey, Rod, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, the job wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, which was a nice surprise today. So I'm going to tell you about that. So, again, I teach notaries in all 50 states how to have a profitable business. But I know for a fact you have no business, not profitable or any other way if you don't know what you're doing. Okay? So YouTube has notified a few of you that I'm here live. Any questions you have, please feel free to ask. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes here. It is doggone hot. Like hot. Yeah, I just smacked. Sorry. It is hot though. But I'm going to hang out. I got my air on and sitting in the car for a moment. And so let me tell you about my job I had today. If you got any questions, feel free to go ahead and drop them in the chat here. So my job, I did not want to leave the house today, guys, because it was so hot. And I really was going to use today as an administrative day. Because it's the first of the month coming up. The first of the month is coming up. So that means I had to change out the different classes that we offer, get all the promotional stuff together for Notary Educators, because as you know or don't know, I have my own notary business in addition to running Notary Educators. So I wear multiple hats, and I love it. I love every bit of it. So anyway, it was going to be an administrative day, but I got a phone call. I priced the job so high that I thought the guy was going to say, oh, no, thank you. And if you know, you know, when you have your notary business, sometimes you just don't feel like it. You know, you just don't feel like going out. You don't want to. You're tired. You know, again, I have administrative stuff I have to do. You got to do your taxes and make sure the money is right, advertise. So I'm working on all of that today. So I said, I'm going to price this job so high that he going to say no. Well, he did not. He was like, I need a notary within an hour. I said, well, I can't be there within an hour. I'm looking at my watch. I hadn't even got dressed yet. And if you know me, you know I like to work usually after 11 all the way to like 9 at night. I'm more the nighttime. I'm going to get your question, Rod. Yeah, I'm more a nighttime person. So when the phone rings, I'm looking at the clock. I'm looking at me. I'm looking at everything. So anyway, I told him, I said, well, I can't be there in an hour, but I gave him an hour and a half. I could be there in an hour and a half plus. So let me tell you the story about his job right quick. And then I'm going to, like I said, get your questions. So when the guy called me today, I wasn't really feeling like going to work, honestly. So I priced it a little higher than I typically would. And I knew he was going to say no. So he was like, okay, that's great. So he had seller's property today. I'm in the state of Georgia. So for those of you who are saying, I can't be a signing agent in the state of Georgia, I don't have to be called a signing agent, but I bet I notarized that seller's package. They don't have to call me. When they call me for a notary, they're not calling saying, hey, can I get a notary signing agent? He called me and said, hey, can I get a notary? I need a notary within the hour. So you got to know your business, okay? You have to know what the handbook says. And then you have to know how to read beyond the handbook, okay? That's why a lot of us, knowledge is power, and they put all the information in the books. And if you're not a reader, okay, if you don't do a little digging and a little homework, you're not going to know. You're not. And you're missing out on money, my Georgia people, okay? Because you can make money in Georgia under the role of a signing agent without calling yourself that. But you just have to know how to play the game, okay? I just did a over $200 seller's package, okay? Yes, and I'm in Georgia. Hey, Notary fam, it's Kimmi. I am here to let you know, just in case you have not heard about the Notary Business Coaching Success Program. We meet weekly. We talk about your notarial duties, how to do an acknowledgement, how to do a jurat, how to administer an oath. Everything you've been asking for. And guess what else is included? Unlimited access to all of my trainings that will also include ink fingerprinting, trust/estate documents. Learn how to properly execute a trust. Don't forget, we also have the private community, like-minded notaries who have been trained by me. Check out my book that I've written for each state, How to Start Your Notary Business in Alabama, California. You get the point. Wherever you're located, there's a book for your state. Well, hopefully I'll see you soon over in training. Notary Educators, LLC. We got you covered. Bye. Over $200, okay? So, all that being said, and out of that you have additional fees and stuff, right? Got to pay witnesses or whatever. But all of that being said, yeah, you can be a signing agent in the state of Georgia. And again, I typically don't price my stuff that high, but I was like, I'm not even feeling this morning. Anyway, all that being said, so I had to ask my screening questions, okay? So when your client calls you, you always have to ask screening questions. The who, what, when, where, why. Who is it? What do they need? Where are you going? How many documents? What type of documents? All of that matters when it comes to pricing, right? So I asked my screening questions, and he was like, oh, they have a son there that's going to be the witness on the seller's package. I'm like, well, can you double check with the attorney that is acceptable? Because I know, because I'm a pro, right? I teach you this too. It shouldn't be a family member, but I'm not an attorney, so I cannot tell him, no, you cannot use a son-in-law. Okay, I can't tell him no. But all that being said, hey, welcome everybody to the live. But all that being said, I can't tell my client, no, you can't use your son, or no, you can't use your daughter, even though I know that's not the way it should go. Again, I'm not an attorney. So I pushed back. I said, hey, can you reach out to the attorney and find out if that's acceptable? Once he reached out again. He was like, no, it's not acceptable. He said, can you provide a witness? Well, of course I can provide the witness because I'm a notary extraordinaire. So I reached out to my group, Notary Educators, our mentor program. And yes, they were able to. Hey, Elevate, I saw your question earlier, so I'm going to let you ask it here in the live, okay? I just saw it, but I'm out working today. And I'm a little slow sometimes on the YouTube comments because I got my mentorship comments I got to handle. So, and I'm running my business. So I'll be honest, I'm a little slow sometimes on the YouTube comments. But I definitely would put it here for me live and I'll answer it for you. Because it was a good question. I just don't remember what it was. But I just read it because I had stopped for lunch. Eating bad today. I had McDonald's. Eating bad. I wanted a frappe. That was my reward for my job today that I came out and did. So anyway, I was able to provide the witness for the client. And so what was special about this job is when I got there, he told me it was a seller's package. Well, most seller's packages, for those of you who may not be new, are typically anywhere between maybe 15 to 35 pages. 15 to 35. I had a little bit bigger than that. So I'm like, okay, cool. And when I get there, the person that was there, he must have been a realtor. He helped the client fill out the rest of the package, and I filled out the rest of it. So I only had to fill out 3 pages, just 3, and I made all that money today. It was so little time that I almost wanted to say, let me reduce the price for him. I really did. I really wanted to reduce the price because I wasn't there but like 10 minutes, and that was with chit chat. And the son that was going to be the original witness that we ended up not using, he wanted to talk, so I had to stay there another 20 to 30, me and the witness. But all that being said, guys, and I knew they had the money. So I don't make my business decisions based on what I think my clients have. I base it on what the job is worth. So I drove 40 minutes there, had to get lost in the hospital parking lot. The client had to come out and get me. I'm embarrassed by that. And it happens because the hospital that we were at today, the sign says 440, but in big numbers, they actually have the suite numbers of the place instead of having the actual address large. So it was crazy, right? All that being said, we got the job done. The client came out. They were super cool. And I had to come out. The witness actually found the place. I didn't even find the place. And I had been there before. And it was actually a referral. This is why I'm telling you. I'm dropping gems, guys. Pay attention. So I had been to this location before. That's what was the killing part. I've been there before, and I just didn't remember. I thought it was that location, but the address, like I said, just looked different today. And sometimes because my husband is driving, and I don't pay attention, I'm just trying to get us. He gets us there, and I get in there and get them papers done. Okay, we be tag teaming it. Okay. So anyway, I had left my cards at this particular hospital, and they referred me to this client because I remember going there like maybe 2 months ago. So wherever you go, once you get your foot in that door. Wherever you are, once you get your foot in that door, leave your business cards. Let me show you. Not just talking smack. I always have a stack with me, okay? I give these things out like candy, okay? Everywhere, okay? Everywhere. So once you get your foot in that hospital, make sure you leave a stack of cards with somebody. Once you get yourself into a jail, leave those cards with everybody. Leave them with somebody in that facility. Hey, I was visiting Mr. Smith, and I was his notary today. In case you have anyone else, I would love to be their notary. I would love to help them. I know your client can't get out, or whatever you want to say. I'm just giving you a little tidbit there, okay? So, but that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Let me get some of your comments right quick. So Rod says, I'm thinking of starting a notary business in Tennessee, just trying to figure out where to start. Okay, Rod. So what I recommend is you get the Start Your Notary Business book that I wrote for the state of Tennessee. It takes you step by step, literally, how to start that business in your state. There's a book for each state, all 50. Tennessee, Alabama, Michigan, Georgia, every state has their own book. So I would really start there. So quick read. That way you don't have to be guessing, trying to figure it out. Should I get my supplies first? Do I get my LLC first? What do I do? The Start Your Notary Business book literally takes you step by step. It will also tell you what you can do in the business once you get your commission. Start doing apostilles and fingerprinting, I-9. So every single one of you watching that wants to know how to start your business, that's where you start your business. Get the ebook. It comes in paperback or but there is one for your state. And I took time to write that because I wanted you to win. I know everybody's always like, well, I think I need to get my LLC. I think I need an EIN. I think I need to go get my stamp. Do I get a journal first? What do I do? Get the book. Invest in yourself step by step. Okay? That's what I recommend. Elevate Forum says, hi, starting my business, excited and ready for clients. Thanks for your videos. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. And also I recommend it for you to whatever state you're in. Hey, Lori W. What's going on with you? And then Lori's in mentorship. Lori just be rocking it out. She was with us even before she joined the mentorship program. Lori, you super dope. I just want you to know that. Oh, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Rod, yes, the book is at notaryeducatorsllc.com. notaryeducatorsllc.com. Because I always, I guess, forget to tell you guys where to go. I just assume you know where to go. And you don't. That's okay. So when you go to the website, though, on the front page, you can click, if you're ready to start, read this book or something like that, okay? There's a little button, just click it. Hey, guys, I see we have a lot of people here, so I'm here answering your questions. What do you want to know about the notary business? I'll give you a couple other little gems while I'm here. So check out notaryeducatorsllc.com. Elevate Forms is in Florida, yes. So in our mentorship group, we have people in Florida. We got Texas, a lot of Texas people. Georgia, of course. Illinois. Nevada. Arkansas, California. We got people from all over in the group, okay? Because as I always say, and other people who are in the group, and if you're a notary, you know, all of your documents are not going to originate in the state where you live at. Matter of fact, I think the seller's package I had earlier was from North Carolina. I hope this person sees me. North Carolina. I'm in Georgia, but those documents came from North Carolina. So you need to know how to properly notarize anything. I even teach you how to do a piece of toilet paper, okay? Yes, you can notarize a piece of toilet paper. I see we have so many people joining us. What other questions do we have, guys? Don't be shy. That's the other thing we're working on in mentorship right now. A lot of people are so shy. They don't want to talk, and we're not accustomed to talking nowadays. They're texting everything, and content is everything, guys. Content is everything. I'm encouraging even my people that are notaries. Start a notary channel. It's not too late for you. Whatever state you're in, somebody in your state needs you to pull the lid off like I did for Georgia. That's how I started my channel. I couldn't find nobody to tell me how to start this notary business in Georgia. They're like, hey, you can't be a notary in Georgia. You can't be a notary signing agent. You can't be a notary signing agent. If I had $1 for every time somebody wrote that to me, I would be rich. I would be rich. You can't be a notary. You can't be a notary. I love a little bit more light in here. Let's see. But it's so hot. I'm under a tree. How'd that work? Let's see. How's that working? That's good. Yeah. So if I had $1 for every time somebody said, you can't be a notary signing agent in Georgia, I'm like, send me your work that you telling yourself that you can't take because you lack knowledge. Seriously. I had to do the homework. I dug deep. I mean, when I tell you I was digging deep to learn this business, because it was tight-lipped, even kind of like right now. People are giving you just so much information. Then it's like, buy my course. And I am in the business of selling courses too. I have a whole education program, Notary Educators, thus the name. I even changed the name of my channel. It was Notary Life with Kimmi, but now it's Notary Educators with Kimmi, because that's what we do. We educate. Like, seriously. I'm not always just going to give you the answer. You're going to learn it. You're going to learn this business. If it kills you and me. All right. I want you to have confidence. And when you have confidence and you know what you're doing, that's when you're able to price your jobs like I did today. Because I just knew, like I said, he was going to say no. He was like, okay, come on. I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. So let's see here. Elevate Form says, how do I get clients for apostilles? Well, to be honest, I haven't even gotten a client yet. I'm very disappointed. Well, Elevate Forms, I'm going to tell you, you're probably not ready for any apostille clients. Do you know how to do an apostille? Do you know how to do your basic notarial duties? I mean, let's just be real clear right now. Do you know how to do your basic notarial duties? This is your mentor session right here. Real quick. Do you know how to do basic notarial duties? What's the acknowledgement? What's the jurat? Filling out the form. What's the venue? How to change the venue? Do you know how to do all that? Do you know what a Hague is? Non-Hague? I'm going to be real honest with y'all. A lot of times you're getting, not just you, hon, but you're getting your supplies, you're getting your equipment, you're buying your notary stamp, and your next question is, where do I get business? That's the wrong question. The next question should be, how do I become a great notary? Even to do apostille work, you got to be a great notary. Because if the notary that notarized the document did not do their job, and you don't know that they didn't do their job, now you got a problem. Hit like and subscribe for me, please. Okay? So, I'm not just telling you this. And even in the mentorship, I have people, they join the mentorship, and they're very honest about this. They watch all the courses. Because it's like almost 20 things now you can do with your notary commission. It is. When I give you that video, I made maybe 2 or 3 now, about 15 things, 20 things. Those are real things you can do with your notary commission. Okay, I'll go down the list really quick, and you can go back and watch those videos. I ain't gonna give you all 20 because we ain't got time. I want to get your questions because I'm live. I want to get your questions, but I'll just give you a few. General notary work, loan signing work, apostille, ink fingerprinting. That's 4 right there. Okay. So I'll give you wedding officiant, I-9 forms. Everybody don't know how to complete the I-9 form. The I-9 form is an immigration document. Some states, California, you have to be bonded in order to complete that form. Now I'm actually bonded here in Georgia because I do know how to do immigration documents. I don't like doing immigration documents. I'm not even going to act like I'm going to do immigration documents, okay? I don't like it. I paid $2,000 for an immigration course. only to find out I don't like it. And me and Jeffrey laugh about that. Jeffrey's my husband. He's also one of the educators, along with Alexis, my niece. And Lisa is on the team. She assists us in the chat. Yeah. I paid $2,000 for an immigration course. I know all about it. It's some good money. Zero interest in teaching it, zero interest in doing it. Because with the immigration documents, let me tell you about that, okay? For me. Now, this is for me and my business. I like quick money. You guys will hear me say that. I like quick money. Like the job I did today, 3 digits, 10 minutes, I'm out. Okay? I like quick money. Some of the immigration documents you have to complete, you start with the person today, you are with them for the next 2-3 years while they finish in the process. I don't want you calling me for 2 or 3 years about one document. I got paid on you. Yeah, you might have paid me $1,000, but now I got to look at you for the next 3 years. Immigration is not my thing. The only immigration document I'm going to do is the I-9 form, and I will assist with some basic documents. A lot of times I'm doing translations for immigrations. People need that for the USCIS. They need translations. I will do that. That's my new thing. So for me and my business, where direction am I headed? Because I always tell people to get focused and what do they want to do with their business. For me and my business, my basic general notary work always is number 1. My number 2 is going to be, I'm still working with some signing companies, but my major money makers are going to be apostille work and translation services. I love both. Now, me and apostille got a love-hate relationship. Love-hate. Because the money is there, okay? The work is not that intense most of the time, but it's still a little bit more involved than general notary. General notary, I get up there, a couple, how you doing? Stamp, hi, bye, give me my money. I'm out. But apostille work, I got to talk to you a couple days, typically. 2-3 days. I got to talk to you. I got to keep talking to you. So, but it's worth it because it's not as intense as immigration forms. Okay, let's get these comments. Rod says, thanks for the info. Got to get back to my 9-to-5 with the government. Being a great notary is the key. Yeah, thank you for hanging out, Rod. Keep your job too. I always tell people, don't quit your job right away. Do not quit your job right away. I did not. I don't encourage you to. Some people may say, well, Kimmi, that's not thinking big enough. No, we thinking real over here, okay? You don't just quit your job thinking you're going to make $100,000 in 1 year. And you may if you're that notary. If you're going to be about it, you're going to work 7 days a week. You know how to price your services. You can become a great notary. Get that great foundation. You can do it. Elevate says, yes, I have done immigration documents. Only things I have done. Yeah, so she's saying you're right, he or she. So yes, I'm going to highly recommend Elevate forms that you look into my Notarize Like a Pro course. Okay, let's start there. And I really recommend you get the book for Florida first so you can know what you can do. Because you just start taking a course, it's like, okay, I took this course, now what? Get the book, Start Your Notary Business. It's a quick read, I promise you. You can read it in a couple hours. Get the foundation. Oh, I can do A, B, C in my state. Great. Now let me double back to Notary Educators and go ahead and get the Notarize Like a Pro course. 60% off, coupon code WIN2025, WIN2025. Okay. You can do that. 60% off all of the courses. Or you can join the mentorship where every single course is included. $47 a month. Plus we meet live weekly, once a week. And next month, all next month, if you missed this and you're watching this later, because this is on YouTube, you can go back and catch the replay within the program. Anytime you can go back and catch all the replays that's included. So it doesn't matter when you start, but all next month we are focusing on loan signing, guys. Every single week, 5-week training, 5-week deep training about loan signings. Okay, check out the program, the actual titles at notaryeducatorsllc.com. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss next month. You want to be in the room every week. If you're serious about doing loan signings, and I think I'm going to go live every day with this one, because I want as many people in the program for the month of July as I can. Why? Because July, we are going to unpack loan signings. I'm telling you, 5 weeks straight. Look at those titles. Look at those titles. And it's not just us talking. We're going to teach and then talk. Teach and then talk. teach and then talk. Lori says, yes, join us. It's worth it. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate it. I really do. Hey, guys, we got a lot of people joining us. So what other questions do you have before I get out of here? Because it is hot. But I wanted to stop and do this live right quick. But I'm telling you, you want to be in a room in July. You want to be in the room. Get in the program for the month of July. Every week we are talking about loan signings. We have to. We have to talk about loan signings. Why? Because even within the group, I'm seeing that people aren't following the instructions. If you don't follow instructions from training, what are we going to do when we get out here with these documents? We cannot do whatever we want to do with these people documents, right? We cannot get out there and say, oh, I learned with the signing company, or they'll send me instructions. I know y'all have heard that before. All right, Elevate. See you later. Have a great day. Thank you, Lori. Lori's saying like and subscribe. Okay, guys, we cannot do whatever. I'm going to start driving because I need to get moving. But I want to finish this thought really quick. We cannot do what we want to do with these people documents. We cannot. And that's what's happening. I'm finding a lot of people are taking signings and they're just doing whatever they want to do. Okay? If the instructions tell you to use blue ink, you cannot use black. You cannot. Okay? If the instructions tell you to use blue, you must use blue. Some instructions tell you to use black. You must use black. Okay? You have to do what they're telling you to do. We're going to go ahead and get this because I got to get where I'm going. But I got to finish this tangent. Tammy says, are you on TikTok? I'm stopped right now. That's why I'm answering the questions. No, I'm not on TikTok. Well, yes, I am, but I don't go live over there. I'm on TikTok. You'll see some teaching stuff over there, but I don't go live. I'm really more live on YouTube. But I am on TikTok. It is Notary Life with Kimmi on TikTok. Yeah, let me let this car go. Yeah, Notary Life with Kimmi on TikTok. But Notary Educators with Kimmi everywhere else. I just need to change the TikTok channel. But anyway, let me get back to my rant. So, if, for example, also, if the document says, let me get Tara while I'm sitting here. Hello, I'm in Louisiana and a test is required. What is the best, what to study for this test? Oh, yeah, I know you guys have a hard test. Let's not call it hard. Let's call it maybe a little more challenging, a little more deep, profound. In Louisiana, just Google Louisiana test and a lot of stuff is going to come up, and see which one works best for you. I don't actually have one that I can recommend for you, but I know that you do have a little bit more that you have to do in Louisiana. My hardest states for people to pass are Louisiana, New York has a test, a deep test, and also California has a 6-hour test. Those are my most complicated states for people, okay? So just take your time, though, whatever it is you decide to do, because you want to get your commission. In Tennessee, I got a girl right now in the group in our mentor program, and she's having the hardest time getting her commission. I didn't know Tennessee was so hard. So another example is if the signing companies, they don't put everything in print. This is why we teach you. Going to maybe say don't use double side. Sometimes their instructions, they give you, they want to send me 15 pages of instructions. I'm not working with nobody that's sending me 15 pages of instructions. I'm just not. I don't have time to be sitting there going through all that stuff. And I just told you to follow instructions, but they're sending it out because people don't know what they're doing. Okay, so a couple other examples is if the signing company tells you to print documents, you print 2 sets. Unless they tell you to print 1. Now, we recently had a situation where somebody printed, they printed 2 sets, because that's what we teach you to do, is to print 2. But if the instructions tell you, and we always tell you this too, instructions trump the teaching, because each package is going to be different. What we teach you is what should be done generally. But if your instructions say print 1 set, you're going to print 1 set. And in this particular case, the loan modification, see, signing companies have gotten kind of creative. We'll use the word creative. They've gotten creative, though, where they'll say print 1 set. Well, within that 1 set, they've already included 2 sets. Does that make sense? So they'll say print one time, and within that one time, it's 3 sets of documents. So it'll be 2 for the client. 2 for you to have signed, and then 1 for the client. So within that 40 pages or 50 pages, they've already printed 3. Okay? So the most loan modifications are 3 sets. All right? Most loan modifications. Other documents, typically, it's only 2 sets. So loan modification is a little bit different. So you got to follow the instructions. Another one is, I'm just dropping gems, y'all. So just do what you do. Take notes, I hope. And when you want a deeper training, you really want to get your business off the ground and you really want to do the right thing, join us all next month for the loan signing training. All next month, 5 weeks. It's going to be about loan signing. And you may say, Kimmi, you take 5 weeks? It don't take 5 weeks. I'm trying to make sure where this fire truck going. Hold on. He's coming this way, is he? Yeah, it don't take 5 weeks, but because we're only doing an hour session at a time, there is an actual loan signing course within the course library that you have access to, or you can buy it separately. Coupon code again is WIN2025. I got to get ready to get over. Yeah, I know how to drive, right? But these people, I try not to get in the lane unless I got to the faster lane, because I don't be in no hurry. I like to take my time. All right, I'm gonna get ready to pull over so y'all can put y'all questions in there. Let me get over right quick, and I can answer the rest of your questions because I'm almost to my next destination. But anyway, yeah, so that's another example though, okay? So you got to see how many sets do they want you to print. If they don't tell you what to print, industry standard is 2, okay? 1 more, legal letter size paper. You can't just print everything on legal because you want to, okay? They will tell you sometimes print everything on letter. If it says everything on letter, you say, you know what? I don't have no letter paper. I'm going to put it on legal size. Excuse me? Don't you tell nobody you train with Notary Educators? Well, you probably didn't if you're doing whatever you want to do. You didn't train with me. That's why I don't be telling nobody you did that with me. I'm very particular, y'all. I don't play. I do not play. I need them documents to be right. I need them to be right. You need them to be right so you can work. A lot of times people say, well, how do I become the preferred notary? How do I get jobs? How do I this? How do I that? Do good work. Know your business. Know your notarizations. Do good work. Follow instructions. Okay? Go ahead and drop your comments so I can answer them for you, because I'm about to pull up to my next stop here. And then we can move on. But mentorship, though, you want to check it out. Again, everything you need to start your business, to grow your business, is in there. We got marketing templates now. I've added marketing templates. We got scripts, counter offer letters, how to counter. We just did a session on that last night, how to counter offer, which was amazing, if I may say so myself. And then I just pulled up at home. We're going to finish this live, though. Hold on. We're going to finish this live. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see. Let me close this. Ooh, that's too dark. Okay, that's good. All right, let's see what we got. Let me see. So we got Tara's question. Hey, Lisa. Lori says, Kimmi is serious about what she is saying. She wants you to be the best notary that you can be. That's true, for real, Lori. Lori, everybody know that, okay? Lisa, I appreciate you saying that too, Lori, for real. Lisa says, hey, Lori, I caught the live late. So Lisa and Lori are both in mentorship, but Lisa is the one that answers our questions now, so we appreciate that over in chat. I did not mention that right now, but one of the benefits of being in the mentorship program is 7 days a week, literally. The chat line is open from 7 till, like, we'll say 11-ish, because we have people on the West Coast. So you can get your questions answered. It's teaching and gems being dropped there all day. People are helping each other. The Google review card that you see me talk about, that came from somebody in chat. I mean, in our group. He mentioned it. I bought it. I love it. I teach it. My bag is in the bag. But anyway, yeah, so we each one teach one. So as they're learning different things, maybe it's something about Google. Last night, I actually showed people how to do some posting on their page, depending on where you want to focus in your business. Like I said, for right now, me and my business, my main focus is going to be apostilles and translations. So I'm still doing general notary work. I'm still doing loan signings. I never close any stream of income, ever. Okay? And if you want to do this business full time, I understand a lot of people have full-time jobs that they love, or they have full-time jobs that they just not leaving because the benefits and stuff. I get that. But if you really want to do the business full-time, you got to be able to do everything. You really do. In my opinion, especially getting started. Now, eventually you can hone in and niche down. Like I said, right now, I've been doing my business for like almost 5-6 years. And I want to focus on apostilles and translation services. I love translation services because I don't really have to leave the house for that. That's my favorite, translation services. You send me your docs, I get it translated, I get it back to you, okay? But apostilles, I don't mind running down to the Secretary of State because it's worth it. I mean, we had to buy a laptop yesterday. Jeffrey's laptop went out. If you was on the live Monday, remember we lost him 2 times? He just kind of flaked out. Hey, I see we got a lot of new people. Welcome to Notary Educators with Kimmi. Feel free to ask your questions. I'm going to hang out about another 10 minutes. Okay? Another 10. And, matter of fact, I might just go in the house. But I don't want to interrupt the live, so I might just stay here because I don't know where my selfie stick is. Let me see. I might can find it. But anyway, Jeffrey's computer went out on him during the live twice on Monday. And I was like, what's going on with him? I don't know if you were here, you saw it. Come to find out, when we finished the live, he was like, my laptop is dying. Because he said it happened to him a few weeks ago, that he was on another meeting and it kind of went out on him. And I was like, great. So we made it. I made it home. And anyway, so he said it went out on him. So my point in saying all this about his laptop is that I was able to make enough money between yesterday and today. Oh, I don't think I parked right, y'all. He gonna have a fit. Hopefully he'll get me when he come in. If I didn't give him enough room. I don't really think I did, but it's all good because I'm hot. I'm about to go in here. We're going to finish this live. Hold on. Sorry about that. We are live. Look, we are live. So anyway, I was able to make enough money, though, the last few days to cover the cost of the laptop, you know? And I'll just hold the phone for the last few minutes. Because my selfie stick is upstairs, I think. Yeah, so I was able to make enough money, though, to cover the cost of that. So you don't have to do this business full time. Okay? Here's my selfie stick. You don't have to do the business full time. If you can use an extra $500 a month, an extra $1,000 a month, could you? You know, it's going to be what you put into it. Oh, okay. I made it. I don't like the lighting in here, but we're going to finish this out. You know what I'm saying? So let's go in here. I might have a little more light. Lighting is key when you're trying to be live. That's nice and crisp. Let's finish it out right here. So anyway, if you could use an extra $500 or, you know, $1,000 per month, it's highly possible. Let me put on the selfie stick. Orientation. Here we go. Yeah, I'm putting it on the selfie stick. Hold on. We are doing the most with this live, aren't we? There we go. And YouTube is telling me, you can't have it like that. It's got to be vertical in order to be live on YouTube. All right. There we go. So we're going to finish out this live. So all that being said, though, I'll get the rest of your questions. Part-time, full-time, whatever you want to do with the business, you can make it, okay? You can. So I started out part-time, short story. You know, I always got a story. But I told my brother when I was first starting, my brother was like, so what do you want to do with the business? And I was like, if I make $600 a month, I'm good. Because at that point, I was trying to just make enough to cover what I was making at the hospital, which was a little bit more than that because I was what they call PRN. And I decided that I was going to start this notary thing once I started learning about it. And he was like, well, you don't set the bar that high, right? And I was like, nah, I didn't need that much because my mother was living here. So she was helping, pay some stuff. My husband wasn't working full time. So I just needed a little bit more money. I've always had a job, full time, part time. I've always worked since I was 13 years old. So, and I like working. I really do. People hear me complain about it sometimes, but I actually do enjoy working. It just gives you a sense of pride, right? Especially as a woman, you better know how to take care of yourself. That's another story for another channel. Well, we can talk about it here too, but you better know how to take care of yourself. I always like to say that. So your girl know how to take care of herself. So anyway, all that being said, and I started learning the business, and people start asking me questions. One thing led to another, and then now we're here. So I still keep my notary business running. I have not closed it. It is not going anywhere. And I love doing my own business too. And plus it gives me content, running my own business, and actually still getting out here to these notary streets. It provides content for my YouTube channel. It provides income for us. Because like I said, what I did yesterday and today helped pay for that laptop. Oh, here it is. Look, just the box right here. Okay. That's the box. $500. $500. But you have to have a laptop, right? Acer, $500. So anyway, let me not dwell on that because that'll make me mad again. All right, let's get this. So Sheila, hey Sheila. Sheila says, hi, I'm just starting and plan on joining your mentorship program. Sheila, come on. We look forward to seeing you, just like Lori said. Mocha Pam says, hey, Kim. What's up? What's up? Helena Horsley says, hello. Mocha says, how to sign up. Notary Educators, LLC.com. All things notary. It's on the front page, okay? Notary Educators, LLC.com is where you sign up for mentorship, where you can get the books. You can get everything over there. And actually, since I made it to my home destination, I can hang out a few more minutes because I see we got new people joining. So don't be afraid, guys, to ask your questions. Come on. I know y'all got questions because y'all end up in the chat, and I'm here live. Let's do it. I think Monday nights, guys, we're going to do something called Open Mic with Notary Educators. So feel free to come live on the channel on Monday. I think it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern, but just look out, like, subscribe, put on your notifications and all of that. I'm so excited because last week we did it, and we used to do it back in the day too. Let people come up on stage on Monday night and kind of talk about their business, and we're going to start back doing that. And I think it's going to be called Open Mic with Notary Educators. So if somebody steal it, it's all good because we all copy each other, no worries. But it's going to be Open Mic night, and we're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Monday night, live, be here on YouTube. Now, that's a YouTube thing. Now, next month, you can look at the calendar for our Notary Educator sessions, our workshops, okay? And those we run them every week, every week, different topic, every week. All next month is dedicated to loan signing. So if you really want to be a great loan signing agent, I suggest you get in the room. All next month, okay? It's loan signing agent month. I mean, we have to. So we talked about a lot today. As usual, it's always a lot of information. But the main takeaways from today is get started. Don't just fake it till you make it. Let us help you to do it the correct way. Let us give you the confidence. Let us give you the knowledge. Let us teach you how to do giraffes. Let us teach you how to do acknowledgments, how to administer an oath, how to fill out that journal, how to do scan backs correctly, how to follow instructions. If you are just sick of trying to sit there with that commission and you just looking at that stamp, looking at the stamp, I got all my stuff. I'm ready to go, but I don't know what to do. If that's you, join mentorship. Just join. You can cancel it anytime. Now, if you cancel it when you want to. If you have me cancel it, I'm going to cancel that day. You out of the mentorship group because I don't have time to keep going back. Okay, this person joined on the 1st. This person joined on the 5th. This person joined on the 6th. I don't run my business like that. So you signed yourself up for the mentorship. You can enroll yourself in the mentorship. So I'll send you instructions on how to do that, okay? But we got to start handling our business because I'm finding that even honestly in mentorship sometimes. We want to be a business owner. We want to be an entrepreneur, but we really haven't been taught to do that. So that's also part of my aim and my goal is to teach you how to have a business. Not just spoon feed you everything, because that's not going to benefit you. Have you ever seen a husband or a wife? We'll go with that illustration today. And one of the husband, either the husband or the wife, been doing things for the other person their entire marriage. 50 years, 60 years, 15 years, 2 years, right? And unfortunately, something happens to one of the mates. The other one doesn't know what to do because they handled everything. And in and of itself, there's nothing wrong with that, but the other person at least needs to know how to. They need to know how to. So I compare that to the notary business. I can give you everything. You can call me, and that's why I avoided mentorship for so long, because I was like, I don't have time for people to call me and say, can I take an expired ID? Or I don't have time for people to call me and say, what color ink should I use? I don't, because I'm running my own business. Remember, I have my own notary business in addition to Notary Educators. And when I first started, that's what people meant when they said mentorship. And I didn't know how to run an effective mentorship program that was going to benefit you or me. And then I came up with the secret sauce, and it worked. And it's been working. So I'm able to answer your questions. Our team was able to answer your questions. I'm still able to go out and stamp my own papers and make my own business, make my notary business run efficiently and effectively, because I'm not closing my notary business down. I'm just not. Why would you close down the golden, what's that animal? My cash cow. Why would I close that down? No, not doing that. So all that being said is, I forgot where I was going with that. Golden goose. Thank you, Lori. I ain't closing my golden goose. Oh, mentorship. Yeah, so I avoided mentorship. When people would say the word mentorship, I just cringed. I was like, eh. And I would see other people start mentorships, and it wasn't going very well. I'll be honest with you. They would tell me they're in someone else's mentorship, but they still wasn't really learning anything. And that's just not how I roll. When I come out, I ain't trying to hide nothing. I'm going to give it to you straight, because people always say, well, Kimmi, how are you able to tell everybody everything and you still able to run a business? Because I know this business. I do this business. So it's not that I just found out about it. I'm a YouTuber. I can make 4 or 5 videos and then I got to go. Wrong. I know this business because I do it. So I can sit here all day, 24 hours telling y'all stories. We're not going to do that, but I'm going to stay another 15 though, for real, since I made it home. And I got a 7 o'clock tonight. And I got a couple of things to do business-wise for Notary Educators. All right, question. Kay Young says, hi, Kim. How long will it take to profit after certification? Kay, that's going to be completely dependent upon you. And I'll be honest with you, once you get the basic knowledge of how to properly notarize, and you get your basic supplies and get that Google business page set up. People refuse to set up their Google business page. Typically, the moment you start setting up that Google business page and you get a couple reviews, people will start calling you. And while you're waiting on your Google business page to get like completely maximized or whatever, I always say get them business cards to get out in the neighborhood, tell everybody, because everybody may not need you today, but they gonna know somebody that needs you tomorrow. That's just facts. Just what happened to me today. I was at that nursing home 2 months ago at the hospital, and somebody called me today from there. And it was so funny because the customer was so excited. He said, I want you to go thank the person that referred you. And I was like, he's a little older. I respected that. He was like, I want you to go thank them. I said, oh, sure, I would love to. So he took me back in the office. The lady was like, oh, I remember them. And I'll tell you something else. We were at a signing yesterday. Yesterday was a good day. We was at a signing yesterday. So I always send customers like a confirmation of their appointment time and everything. And the guy was like, I knew it was you because I saw your flower. That's good branding. He's into social media and stuff like that. You could tell. So he was like, I love the branding. I said, oh yeah, I never leave the house without a flower. Ever, guys. Ever. If I wake up and I ain't feeling well, I'm still sticking a white flower in my head. And I got all colors, because you've been with me sometime, you see. And I typically wear a lot of pink, but I got about 100 flowers. People always say, you got so many flowers. How many do you have? I actually counted them. It's almost 100. I got like 90 something. Anyway, that is part of my branding at this point. If I'm waking up and I don't even feel good and I got to go to the corner store, I'm throwing a white flower in my hair, because white go with everything. But if I got time, like today, I got on pink. If I have on green, I got green. I got all colors. So, but it's part of my branding. What's your branding? What's your branding? How do people remember you? People always remember me. Oh, yeah, the lady with the flower, the girl with the flower. So even wherever I go, I was actually on a cruise last year, 2 years ago, and somebody was like, "Hey, Kimmy," and I was like, "On a cruise ship?" He was from Virginia, Virginia, and now I get that a little bit more in the area, just a little bit more, you know. So, but to answer your question, though, it's really going to depend on you. It really is. And Kay, with the proper foundation, following the program works. I always say work the program and the program will work for you. We take you step by step how to build that business, because you want to be profitable. You got to know what you're doing. You have to know how to price your services. You have to have the proper supplies. Okay. All of that goes into being profitable, making money. And it starts with knowing how to properly execute the documents. If you don't know how to, because I hear a lot of people say, well, we teach you to do more than just stamp a paper. Being a notary is not just stamping a paper. It's not just stamping a paper. That's not sexy. And I get that. What I teach, what I do, my part of the business is not sexy. It's not. It's sexier, more glamorous. Let's talk about the money, right? Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about the marketing. Let's make it look pretty. But if you're stamping the paper incorrectly, you don't know which side is up, what's a jurat, what's an acknowledgement, you ain't filled out no journal, you don't have no supplies, you don't have a clipboard, you don't have your basic stuff, your business is not going to work, guys. It's not. So a lot of times I hear people say, well, I bought the wrong training. I wish I had found you first. Well, I always say it's not any bad training. I do. Because you can learn something from everybody. Now, did you prematurely buy a marketing training when you really need to be in basic training? Okay. You might have bought a marketing course, but you need to be in my Notarize Like a Pro course. You need to be in my estate/trust course so you can know how to properly do a trust package. An estate package, which does not require any certifications, but you do need to know how to properly execute those documents, okay? You do. So instead of buying a marketing course, which I already have a marketing course included in the mentorship program, okay? I have a marketing course, a pricing course, e-fingerprinting, even apostille. So I know a lot of you are paying $300, $400, $500, $600 for apostille courses. And I ain't mad at you if you got it like that. Do it. Okay? But when you get finished with all that, then come on back over to Notary Educators and we will teach you how to do it the simple, uncomplicated way. Because that's what we do. And again, that's why I always say, what I do is not sexy. It's not. I ain't making it look all fancy. It is what it is. I'm for you or I'm not, you know? In the sense that I'm uncomplicated. Somebody bought my e-fingerprinting course one day. And she says, that's it. That's it. It's very detailed. It's very thorough. But it wasn't 5 or 6 hours. Just a lot of fluff and a lot of stuff to make you feel like you got your value. You know? Sometimes my products are a little cheaper than everybody else's. And that's only because I want everybody to win. Could I put $200 on my e-fingerprinting course? Yeah. Because if you didn't know how to do it, I taught you how to do it. Now you can go out and charge $75 per card. Get it. So, yeah, but is my course, I think it's 47 or something. I don't know. Don't quote me because I'm not looking at the computer. But it's under $50. It's under $50 for the e-fingerprinting course. My apostille course right now, at the time of this recording, is $77. Thinking about increasing that a little bit. But it's also included in the mentorship. You know, why do I include apostilles in the mentorship? Because I really want you to win. That's why I was like, this year, no more excuses. No more. No more. I can't afford training. I can't afford this. I can't afford that. You can afford it because I'm hearing what you're paying. Somebody called me a couple weeks ago. I said they paid $500 for training, didn't learn anything. Nothing. So I'm only, how do I put this? I want everybody to win this year. I do. And that's why, again, I created my mentorship in such a way where, you know what? At first, it was just the courses. But then I was like, I really need to meet with the people weekly if I want them to win. So I changed our whole business model. I changed the whole business model. And I love it. I do. I love the teaching part of it because I just love doing that. So I teach weekly between myself or Alexis. So we have the live sessions, we have the chat, which is also a form of teaching. So I'm able to share my knowledge with people, and I'm gonna still win. And you're gonna win too. Whenever you help other people, that's why even in pricing your services, everything leads back to a story. In pricing your services, I don't believe in nickel and diming your clients. I teach that in the pricing course. I do not. Hey guys, I see we got a lot of people. Ask your questions. I'm about to leave for real in 7 minutes. But I don't believe in nickel and diming, right? I don't think you have to charge your client because you smiled at them. I don't think you need to charge them because you did, like some people charge, for example, a credit card processing fee. Or a Cash App fee. And some people say you shouldn't even take Cash App and Zelle. I totally disagree with that. You can pay me however you want to. Only thing I don't take is checks. And I will take a check from an attorney or an older client, more mature client. I don't just take checks from anybody. That's about the only thing I do not take. But I do take Zelle. I do take Cash App. Venmo, I'm not a huge fan of it just because I don't use it a lot. But Zelle is my favorite. Yes, you have to make sure you Zelle in the right person. Yes, you have to confirm that dollar amount because I accidentally, if you did not see that video or hear the podcast, I accidentally sent $2,100 to the wrong person. That was a true story. I actually did. And it was so funny because the reason we caught it was two people had the same name. And one guy did some work for me, and one guy we were just sending him a couple dollars for some airline ticket and sent it to the wrong person. And he called Jeffrey. He said, "Hey, Kim just sent me $2,100. And I had sent them $50 earlier, so it wasn't not. It was he was expecting the $50, but he wasn't expecting $2,100, and that was by mistake." And anyway, he called Jeffrey and he told him what happened. Jeffrey reached out to me, frantic. I mean, blowing up my phone, guys. He was like, ring, 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 ring. I was like, what's going on? I'm thinking, is he in a hospital or something? It was making me kind of nervous. He was like, Kim, did you send such and such $2,100? I said, oh my God. I did it by mistake though. I said, no, it's supposed to go to the other one, because they had the same name. So fortunately, I knew him. He sent it back. Thank God he sent it back. And I was able to send it to the right person. And the right person didn't even know the mistake had happened. He didn't even know. Okay. Woo! So all that being said, honey, make sure that your client is sending you the right, sending it to the right number. Because if you got more than one phone number too, you want to make sure your client is sending your Zelle to the right number, your Cash App too. Make sure they got the right person. A lot of times my clients will show me, they'll say, hey, is this you? I'll say yes. And they hit send and it's all good. And I'll give you one more tip about that payment thing. One time I had a client and I was moving so fast. She was moving so fast and she thought she had hit the send button and she did not. So I'm getting to my next destination. And I was like, I just knew she was going to send the money because I saw her typing it in. She showed me one screen or whatever, but she didn't hit the send button. So I got home. I looked at it. I said, wait a minute. She didn't pay me. I had to call the client. And she said, I thought I had hit send when I showed it to you. I thought I had hit send. And she had not. So she did pay me, thank goodness, again. But another little tip there is go ahead and finish the transaction. Don't be in such a hurry where you can't confirm you got your money. Okay? Don't be in that big a hurry where you cannot confirm that you received your money. Because fortunately, I've been dealing with honest people, right? But imagine if you get somebody who is a little crookery, got a little crook in them, and they don't pay you. Okay? That could be ugly. That could be ugly. So make sure that your client is paying you before you leave. Okay. Make sure. I kind of like this area for doing my lives because I got a nice light here. It's always a gem. That's a gem for me because I usually don't sit here, but I got a lot of light here and I got light from the window too. Okay. Lighting is really important. So a lot of information today, guys. Anytime I hop on, I had a story, and every story is a teachable moment, like for real. And again, I look forward to seeing you over a mentorship, $47 per month at the time of this recording. All your courses are included. Your live workshops are included. Your live chat is included. If you're at an assignment and you get stuck, drop it in the chat. We're going to help you right there on the spot. We have 4 people working at chat line. And we're here for you. We are here for you. We're not going nowhere. We ain't new to this. We true to this. I love when people say that. I know that might be a little old, but we not. We're not new to this, but we're true to this. And we're going to make sure that you do the right thing out there in these notary streets, okay? So if you want to participate, Monday, open mic, drop it here in the chat. And be here with us on Monday. The chat, I'll just drop the link there. You don't have to really email us. Or, you could if you want to. If you want to email us at notaryeducatorsllc@gmail.com, you can and say, hey, I would love to be on open mic. Feel free. And that way I'll make sure you get the link. If you really want to be on open mic, oh, guys, see, I always get something when I come live. I always get something. If you want to be on open mic with Notary Educators on Monday night, drop it here. Okay? It's going to be every Monday night. Open mic with Notary Educators. If you want to be there, Notary Educators at LLC. Wait a minute, Notary Educators LLC@gmail.com. Okay. If you want to hop on Notary open mic with us, okay. And I'll send you the link. And you be dressed up and cute, make your debut on YouTube, and we can talk about whatever you want to. We typically have a topic, but we'll talk about your business, okay. What's up, Michael? How you doing? All right, Mocha Pam, very informative. All right, guys. So anything else in this 1 minute we have left? 1 minute. 1 minute. If you want to be on open mic with Notary Educators, drop us a line at notaryeducatorsllc@gmail.com. And we'll get that link over to you Monday night, 7 Eastern. 7 Eastern is the time. If it changes, I will let you know. But as of now, 7. All right. Nothing else? All right, guys. Well, on behalf of Notary Educators with Kimmi, it's my pleasure wishing you much success in your notary business. Be safe in these streets and notarize like a pro. Please do everything you do like a pro. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit notaryeducatorsllc.com.